All right. So the program, we talk about courage. Where do you find the courage to walk away from the 9 to 5, right? To create your own success? Where do you find the courage to overcome the setbacks that happen with entrepreneurs, right? The divorce, bankruptcies, illnesses, death, things like that. Um, how about your story? Where did you find the courage to do all the stuff you've done?
Well, I think my courage came out of anger. I did not like the situation that I was in. So I've had a lot of different jobs before, and I don't think I'm the kind of person that is a good employee. I never wanted to work for someone else, and I had a lot of bad bosses I didn't like. And at one point in my life, right around that time when I was selected to that program at Disney, I hated my day job, and I just knew I couldn't do this anymore. And so for me, it was more like a necessity. I think I couldn't live in that situation anymore, and I was faced with a choice: continue to be upset, not like what I was doing, or take a courageous leap and do something different. And I think for a lot of people, it's something like that, where the alternative is worse. And so, in fact, this presentation that I'm giving in an hour today, I bring up the story from Girl versus Monster. So that movie is about fear. What happens is this girl, it's her name's Skylar. She's played by Olivia Holt in the movie. She believes her parents are accountants and really boring, and her parents are going out for Halloween that night for to dress up as famous accountants in history. Couldn't be anything more boring than that, right? And so she has a sleepover at her house, and at the time she's kind of a stuck-up, selfish teenager. And has them over, and she accidentally trips a switch that releases all of the monsters that her parents had been had imprisoned in their house because they're really not accountants; they're monster hunters. And so she is faced with a dilemma. One, continue to do nothing and to allow her fear to subsume her, or two, rise to the occasion and become brave. And she becomes brave. Well, I think that's pretty similar to a lot of us right now. If you think about the person that's in war, maybe you are very frightened by the gunfire that's going off by your head. You're in a foxhole or something like that. Well, you can either sit here and die or be captured, or you can do something to get yourself out of the situation. I think when circumstances conspire enough that you realize you're in an inflection point where either you can do one thing or do another, and bravery or being courage is the better of the two or the least worst of the two,
Mhm.
that's when people really begin to act.
Absolutely.